I'm gonna call this a project. I'm gonna call it Project 189 is what I'm gonna call it. My wife actually came up with that idea. But you guys have asked me a lot of questions about the Ponderosa property. How many acres do you have? And all that. And I'm always probably talking about fencing because we have a huge fence project. But the exciting part about it, and I've already brought you along on a lot of it, is getting these bison into more pasture land. That's the whole idea. Well, here are the details behind Project 189. So with Project 189, what it is we have 189 acres at the Ponderosa, Project 189. So the idea is to slowly, well, as fast as we can, but it is a slow process, is to get the bison into more pastures. And so what we're doing is which I've assigned different paddocks. I've assigned different pastures and I've named them. And within those paddocks, we've already fixed a bunch of fence, which allowed my yearlings to be in pasture 1, and then my Big Joe herd, which is right here, in pasture 2. It's allowed us to have them here. Our next is pasture 3 and 4. Here's an aerial view that I shot with my drone to give you an idea of what this project is about and what we're doing and how we're dividing up these paddocks. And we're basically going off of what pre-existed here. So here's paddock 1 in the northeast corner. It's got the barn with it. It has the corral system. So it's not quite 20 acres. Pasture 2, which is currently where Big Joe is, which is where the fire started, that has almost exactly 20 acres in it. And there's a cross fence that divides this. And then what we're going to do is continue west, basically. And we're going to cross divide 40 acres into another 20 and a 20. And here's the great thing about it and why this is going to work out perfect off of what existed here. Each paddock, pastures 1, 2, 3, and 4, they all have ponds in them, which is great. So we don't have to drill for water wells or anything like that. The bison actually get to cool off, which they've been spending a lot of time in the ponds right now because it has been very hot here in Oklahoma. It's our hot time of the year. We're looking at, it's been mid 90s to upper 90s and getting hotter as we speak. It's gonna be about transitioning, basically refencing this 189 acres of the Ponderosa. And it's going to slowly go west, and then it kind of dodges, takes a 90, and then it goes back again. So that is what we're working on, just to introduce you to Project 189. If you hear that, that means everything goes underneath that subject or underneath that project. You've got brush clearing, you've got fence removal. That means you're putting pipe in the ground, you're concreting pipe in the ground, you're stretching new barbed wire, you're driving T-posts in the ground. It includes all of that under Project 189. And that's going to be a continuous project here until we get it all done, basically. But with bison, especially your exterior fence has to be in really good shape. And so that's kind of what we're focusing on, is we've got a cross fence that we're going to start building a new fence on, which is what I've been cleaning up. And then we're going to do a exterior fence. So if you hear that, you'll know a little bit more about what Project 189 means. And that's fun. Who doesn't love building fence? I mean, who doesn't? It's a lot of fun. Not really. It's not bad in the wintertime, but in the summer, you still got to work. You still got to build fence. All for these bison. We're trying to get them in new pastures, more grass, because this place has had recovery time on certain parts of this area, and the grass is beautiful, and I can't wait to get the bison out there. So that is Project 189.